Right now, as you are watching this, 65% of Plymouth is about to be drenched in the heaviest rainfall anywhere in the United Kingdom tonight. But here is the part that should genuinely concern you. The ground beneath your feet has not dried out since the 1st of January. Not a single day. Every drop that falls tonight has nowhere to go. And if you live in the southwest Wales or eastern Scotland, the next 12 hours could bring flooding to your doorstep. Stay with me, because in the next 60 seconds, I am going to tell you exactly when the worst rain hits your city, hour by hour, so you can prepare before it is too late. And at minute 5, I am revealing the dramatic temperature shift coming later this week that will completely change this picture, turning rain into snow across half the country. Do not skip ahead. You need the full timeline to understand what is heading your way. Now let me hit you with the number that explains everything. 50%. That is how far above average January-esque rainfall was across the southwest of England and South Wales, the 12th highest rainfall total on record. But that is not even the most shocking statistic tonight. Aberdeen in northeast Scotland has just endured a full 14 days without a single hour of sunshine. 14 days of total grey. That has not happened since records began in 1957. Nearly 70 years of weather records broken right now in your lifetime. Why is this happening? One word: the jet stream. That powerful ribbon of air flowing several miles above the Earth has shifted further south than it should be at this time of year. It is acting like a conveyor belt, funneling one low-pressure system after another directly at the United Kingdom. And here is the twist. High pressure sitting stubbornly over Scandinavia has created what meteorologists call a blocked pattern. The rain-bearing weather fronts cannot clear through. They are stalling right over us, dumping slow-moving bands of persistent rain day after day after day. Think of it like a traffic jam in the sky, and we are stuck underneath it. But you need specifics. You need to know what is happening where you live, and more importantly, when the worst of it arrives. So let us go city by city, and I will give you the exact timing. Drop a comment below telling me where you are watching from, and I will make sure your area gets covered in our next update. London and the southeast. Right now, the temperature in the capital is sitting at around 7 degrees Celsius. During the day, it reached 11 to 12 degrees, and tonight it will not drop below 9. Remarkably mild for mid-February, but do not let that fool you. The Met Office has a yellow weather warning in force for London and the entire southeast. The rain tonight has a 40% chance of falling at any given hour. Southeasterly to southerly winds are pulling moisture straight off the English Channel. Surface water is building on the M25 and across central London. If you are driving through Westminster or anywhere on major roads tonight, slow down. The standing water is treacherous, especially during the evening rush. Here is a detail that caught my attention. The 10th of February is statistically the single wettest day of the entire month of February for London. On average, 3.66 millimeters falls on this exact date. So, historically, tonight was always going to be wet. But with the ground completely waterlogged after weeks of relentless rain, even that average amount becomes dangerous. Every additional drop has nowhere to drain. Brighton, down on the south coast, is sitting at 7 to 8 degrees with brisk winds off the channel. If you are on Brighton's seafront tonight, the wind chill will drag the feels-like temperature down to just 3 or 4 degrees. Wrap up warm. And spare a thought for anyone working outdoors along the coast tonight. Those southeasterly gusts make it feel brutal, even though the actual thermometer reading looks relatively mild. Do not miss the next section, because we are heading to the worst affected region in the entire country right now, the southwest. This is where I need your full attention. Plymouth is recording 9 degrees tonight, warmer than most of the country thanks to the Atlantic. But Plymouth is paying a steep price for that mildness. 65% probability of rain this evening, the highest of any major city in the United Kingdom. The Met Office has been blunt. Heavy rain and strong winds are pushing into the southwest with a real risk of flooding. A yellow warning covers the whole of Devon and Cornwall. The timing is critical. The heaviest rain in Plymouth and across Devon started building through the afternoon and is peaking right now, this evening. It will gradually ease as we move past midnight, but it does not stop. Lighter but persistent rain continues through to Wednesday morning. That means roughly 12 more hours of wet weather before you get any meaningful break. Bristol, at the northern edge of the southwest, is at 8 to 9 degrees. Normally, Bristol sees about 8.6 rainy days in the whole of February, with a total of roughly 16 millimeters. This year, those averages were smashed weeks ago. Bath, just down the road, shares the same grim forecast. And Bournemouth has already seen serious flooding at Iford Bridge Home Park from the recent downpours. Tonight, the rain presses on, and the ground simply cannot absorb another drop. Remember Storm Chandra at the end of January, and Storm Goretti before that? The southwest coastline has been battered repeatedly, and tonight, as southeasterly winds are driving straight into those same vulnerable shores. Now the Midlands, the heart of England. Birmingham is sitting at 6 to 7 degrees with complete cloud cover. The day reached about 9 degrees, 40% chance of rain. The pattern here is rain arriving from the west and spreading east through the evening. Coventry is at 8 degrees. Wolverhampton and Stoke-on-Trent are a touch cooler at 7. Worcester and Hereford, closer to the Welsh border, are milder at 9 degrees but wetter because they sit closer to those advancing rain fronts. Oxford and Cambridge, those famous university cities, are both at 9 degrees with intermittent rain but lighter winds than the coast. Norwich, deep in East Anglia, has daytime temperatures of 9 degrees dropping to 4 overnight. East Anglia sits furthest from the Atlantic fronts, so while it stays cloudy, the rainfall totals are lower than in the west. A small mercy. Here is what you need to watch for in the Midlands. No snow tonight. But from Thursday, temperatures take a sharp tumble, and that story changes completely. Hold that thought. I promised you that reveal at minute 5, and we are almost there. The north of England. Newcastle upon Tyne is at 8 degrees beneath overcast skies with scattered showers. The winds off the North Sea carry a real chill, and the feels like temperature is noticeably lower than what the thermometer shows. Sheffield sits at 9 degrees. Leeds has average February temperatures of about 8 degrees by day and 4 overnight. York, that magnificent ancient city, needs a waterproof jacket and umbrella tonight as drizzle and light rain alternate through the night. Critical information for the northeast. By Thursday, the Met Office warns there is a real prospect of snow falling on the Pennines. Tonight is snow-free, but the shift towards colder conditions is clearly underway. Manchester in the northwest is at 6 to 7 degrees with a 35% chance of rain. Liverpool is similar, around 7 degrees, but windier thanks to its coastal position on the Mersey. Southeasterly breezes are bringing moisture and a cold bite off the Irish Sea. Wales. Cardiff is at 8 degrees with a yellow weather warning in force. 40% chance of rain, heaviest in the southern counties. Swansea on the Gower Peninsula is getting hit harder because of its direct exposure to the sea. But the real concern in Wales tonight is the mountains. Snowdonia and the surrounding uplands are enduring mist, low cloud, near constant rain, and cold winds across the ridges. If you had any plans for hill walking in North Wales, postpone them. Tonight is simply not safe for the Welsh mountains. The flood risk across Wales is significantly elevated. The ground has been saturated for weeks upon weeks, and every fresh band of rain pushes water levels higher in rivers that are already running dangerously full. The Met Office warns that further rain, heavy and prolonged at times, will create the risk of additional flooding in places that are already desperately waterlogged. Breezy conditions will come and go through the night, but the mild temperatures offer little comfort when everything is this wet. Scotland. And now the moment I promised you. Edinburgh tonight is at 5 degrees, a full 2 degrees colder than London. Glasgow is even colder, hovering around 5 degrees with a daytime high of just 6. The chance of rain in both cities is 35%, but here is the crucial difference. The Met Office has issued a specific yellow warning for Aberdeen and eastern Scotland. Persistent and at times heavy rain will fall onto already saturated ground. Rainfall totals of 15 to 30 millimetres are expected across a wide area, with a staggering 40 to 60 millimetres possible over higher ground. And here is the plot twist for Scotland. By the end of tonight, some snow may begin affecting the highest roads in Aberdeenshire. This is the first clear signal that much colder conditions are on their way. In the Highlands, snow is already falling above roughly 700 metres. Visibility is extremely poor, with cloud bases sitting between 400 and 600 metres. The mountain conditions are truly grim. February in Scotland is historically unforgiving. Glasgow sees its highest snowfall of any month in February, with approximately 3.9 days of snow and accumulations of up to 49 millimetres. Tonight, the lowland cities stay snow-free, but that chapter opens from Thursday. Northern Ireland. Belfast is at 6 to 7 degrees with 40% chance of rain and freshening easterly winds. The morning was relatively dry with even a touch of sunshine, but by afternoon, cloud spread everywhere, bringing heavy rain. The Met Office forecasts that Tuesday and Wednesday in Northern Ireland will be cloudy and windy, with outbreaks of rain continuing. The rain is likely to clear on Thursday, bringing some sunshine, but followed by wintry showers, meaning there could well be sleet or snow mixed in. Remember, Storm Chandra brought gusts of 60 to 70 miles per hour to eastern Northern Ireland just 2 weeks ago, with an amber warning for winds potentially reaching 75 miles per hour near the coast. Tonight, winds are calmer, but the saturated ground and high river levels remain. Any additional rainfall could push rivers over their banks. Now, here is the big reveal I have been building towards, the dramatic shift coming later this week. From Thursday, temperatures across the entire United Kingdom are going to drop markedly. The mild, wet pattern breaks, and much colder air sweeps in. What does that mean? Rain turns to snow, particularly across northern England, Scotland, and the higher ground. The Pennines, the Scottish Highlands, Aberdeenshire, all facing wintry showers by Thursday and Friday. Friday also brings strong coastal winds, but then Saturday. Saturday may finally deliver what we have all been desperate for, a dry, cold, and sunny day for many parts of the country. After weeks of relentless grey and rain, that feels almost too good to be true. So here is your complete timeline. Tonight through Wednesday, continued unsettled weather, rain everywhere, heaviest in the southwest, Wales and eastern Scotland. Yellow warnings remain in force. Wednesday, a spell of heavy rain pushes into the south, followed by sunshine and showers. Thursday, the temperature drops sharply, rain turns to sleet and snow in the north and east. Wintry showers become likely. Friday, strong coastal winds return, cold conditions persist. Saturday, the potential reward, dry, bright, and cold for much of the country. My practical advice for tonight: wear a proper waterproof coat, not a fashion jacket. Take an umbrella, put on shoes that will not let the water in. If you are driving, reduce your speed, keep your headlights on, and watch for standing water. Check the Environment Agency flood warnings before you set off, especially in the southwest, Wales, and eastern Scotland. Southampton, that great port city on the south coast, is sitting at around 9 degrees tonight with 4 degrees expected by dawn. Moderate southeasterly winds and light rain are making it an unpleasant evening for anyone heading out. Further west, Exeter and the surrounding areas of Devon are absolutely awash. Flood warnings are in force across parts of Somerset, Devon, and Cornwall, regions that have been hammered by flooding in recent weeks. The images of floodwater engulfing Langport on the Somerset levels in the wake of Storm Chandra remain vivid in the memories of local residents. Tonight, the rain continues to fall on land that simply cannot take any more. And if you do not strictly need to be out tonight, honestly, stay in, put the kettle on, and let the rain do its worst on the other side of the window pane. Now, I need your help. Drop a comment right now telling me your town or city. I read every single one, and in tomorrow's forecast, I will make sure your area gets a detailed breakdown. If you found this useful, share it with someone in your area who needs to know what is coming. The people around you deserve to be prepared, not caught off guard. And here is what you need to watch for in our next video. That Thursday temperature drop is going to bring a twist that could catch millions off guard. We are talking about a potential swing of 6 to 8 degrees in some areas within just 24 hours. I will reveal exactly which cities face the highest risk of snowfall and disruption, with hour-by-hour timing so you can plan your entire week. We will also look at whether Saturday truly delivers that dry, sunny day we are all desperate for, or whether there is a sting in the tail that the headlines are not telling you about. Make sure you do